way down.
Welcome to the Phi Psi Basketball Fraternity Podcast. If you hooped at any level, then you're in the frat. We talk hoops, but we also dive into real life, social issues, childhood stories, community topics, and news that matters. Real conversations, real culture, real brotherhood. Let's hear what the fellas gotta say.
Chicken, wow. What Bill went that quick, man?
I'm right here.
Game time, bro.
I bet I seen your ugly ass with the water. I had to go.
It's a family show. It's a family show.
Showing the labor. They ain't paying us, baby.
You gotta hydrate.
Hey, boy, I gotta take the label off. They ain't paying us, baby.
Yeah, they ain't paying you, bro.
Oh.
So what's going on, man? How was y'all week? What y'all did this week?
Oh, it was short. Did a little capping. My favorite son came in town, so that's always good.
Tell Nolly boy I said what's up.
Oh, well, he ended up getting his little workout in. He done ate enough.
Yeah, true.
And what you did, KSP?
Work, bro. You know, this prime time
Oh,
for me.
yeah.
I'm out here working all week, so I ain't do nothing but work. I'm trying to trick my daughter into shooting better, so I play horse with her. So she'll play horse now. So
Oh, yeah.
trying to trick her into shooting better.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my routine today. This week, been working and playing horse with my daughter.
You got work in the morning?
Yeah, early. Got it like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I got a chance to get down there and see you.
Oh yeah, true. Oh dang, bro. That felt like bro. That's crazy. I felt like so long ago, dog.
It really does, bro. It really
Got
does.
to see JoJo play.
Yeah.
Boy came through like this. That boy came through like the Statue of Liberty too, boy.
Bro, that jump was impressive, dog.
Yeah, he did start it off with a nice dunk, but I thought he played passive after that. I felt like when he came through like that, I thought he really set the stage for, I'm that guy y'all been hearing about, and it's me, you know what I mean? But then, they didn't play a real big preseason against a lot of top teams. So
yeah,
technically, to me, that was really their first game, you know what I mean? Because they, in Southeast Prep Academy, they're like 10, 12 games in. So they already at mid-season form. So
backed up too.
Yeah. So they got a squad. Like I was saying, I think they were ranked number 6 in the ranking I saw, but I felt like they were like number 2, especially when
I don't see 5 teams better than them.
Right. Yeah. Once they picked up Richardson, I was like, he really put them over the hump at number 2. So JoJo and some of the guys, I don't think they were kind of taken back that they were getting coached to, not to play as freely as they've been allowed to in previous teams they were on. So I think they were a little bit passive, but I think they understand now. I know they're going to get back in the lab and make adjustments. They got Coach Turner, great coach, Coach Joe over there as well. So I'm sure they're going to bounce back, and and JoJo knows, how he has to play. I got the clip right here. I'll play it for y'all real quick. Yeah, probably broke up a little bit, but did y'all see it?
We ain't actually see the dunk though.
Hold on, let me little technical difficulty, but let me try one more time. Yeah, I'm live on the air over here, JoJo and Tosha over there.
What game was that for them,
I give up, but yeah. I definitely think they'll bounce back though.
What game was that for them, Joe?
Game 1.
That was the first game.
Oh yeah, and somebody else done played 10 games.
Yeah, most of the teams have been playing. They've been getting it in, So Georgia them just been mostly practicing, and so I think those teams, like while they were out there trying to figure it out, those other teams are already kind of in mid-season form. So, but they'll get it.
Hey, bro, that junk had you tight though. Pause. You were mad in the bed, didn't you?
Not really.
The thing that the play was amazing, and like what didn't happen, like what I thought, I told you, Joe, was like he got that play. That was like the second play of the game, by the way.
Right.
Oh,
Bro, like JoJo's gonna be amazing. But the thing is, like, and I've told Joe this probably for like 3 years now. JoJo, his scoring is probably his least best attribute on a basketball court.
yep.
He just scores naturally because it's organic. Like he ends up scoring because it's easy. Like not easy, but it's like you don't get no choice. He always find the ball. Always finds him somehow. Like, but he does everything way better than scoring. But the thing is, like after that dunk, the next play was a turnover. They got a turnover from it. So I felt like that was kind of like the opportunity to jump. But bro, that team that he played had at least 7 Division I players, easy.
For sure.
Like and like at least 4 top 10 teams.
Were they long to the pause?
Hey, that's crazy.
Yeah. Pause.
Well, they got one kid, like a 7-foot kid that is legit.
Tell JoJo to relax off camera.
Tell them to do what?
Tell enough you to relax off camera. I called it. I paused it. No, but yeah. Now, is there a chance we'll see them later on in the year, Joe, or no?
Yeah, they could see him again.
Okay. Yeah, it'll definitely probably
will.
different.
Yeah, I think once they get some games under their belt, they'll be fine. But all right, so I know we've talked about this over the years, for years, years past. Who is the greatest of all time high school player out of Hillsborough County?
Easily Tony Mack.
Tony Mack's the GOAT?
Yeah, I don't even think it's up for debate if we talking about high school. We talking about high school or what they did after high school?
Well, if we talking about high school, yeah, well, let's keep it high school for right now. So you got Tony Mack.
You got Tony. So Tony, this is one of the most impressive stats I think ever. Tony scored 1,200 points his senior year with no 3-point line, with an NBA player on the team. And I could be wrong. I think Tony scored more points his senior year in high school than Charlie Bradley did for his entire high school career.
Jeff Turner was on that team, right?
No, Jeff Turner before them.
Oh, Shinsis. Oh, got you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's Tony. I don't even really think it's close. I think it's Tony. 41 and a half, no 3-point line. Couple deep runs. I think one run to state. I mean, 1,200 points as a senior is crazy.
It is. Who you got, Tim?
Yeah, like I kind of got to see it like in 2 different perspectives. I never actually got a chance to see Tony Mack play. Like I never physically got to see him play, but like he probably would be on Mount Rushmore. Like to me, I think it's a 4-man Mount Rushmore, Hillsborough County.
Mm-hmm.
I got Kevin Knox because I mean, you can't. Like got McDonald's All-American, first-round draft pick after 1 year. Kentucky started freshman of the year. Like, and I know all that's after high school, but he played on the team in high school with a kid that didn't pass gas, and he ended up going to Oklahoma State. It was pretty good basketball. He played
with a 2. That's impressive. He played with a 2,000-point score.
Yeah. So like, and Kevin, that jump was super easy for him, bro. Like super easy. So, but to me, it's like Kevin Knox, then in whatever order after that, like you could put however you want to do after that. Tony Mack, and then Casey Sanders and DA. That's to me the Mount Rushmore, Hillsborough County. Like I don't even think there's an argument on that. I just see like I can't personally say Tony Mack because I didn't say I know we played against him years later after Georgia and all that stuff or whatever. He was still unbelievable. But I know 41 points a game with that 2-point line is just ridiculous. So it's not a question of if he could play or not. Like, and then honorable mention is Charlie Bradley to me because I rock with Charlie. I think he was like a great basketball player. But those four, I think is, and what's crazy is there's so many people that's gonna hate on Casey, but that dude was unbelievable in high school, bro. He probably didn't even play at least 15 games his senior year in the fourth quarter.
So like Joe always bring up Casey, and you know hindsight is always 20/20. Like Joe said, if Casey goes to Florida State, he's a different player.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of minutes. He's getting a lot of touches, and he probably does have a double-digit year NBA career. But if we talking about high school, just like we talking about, so I mean, if you win Mr. Basketball, in my humble opinion, you own the Mount Rushmore. If you win Mr. Basketball,
right?
That's how I look at it. So who would that be? Casey, Tony, Knox.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, and you know, I know people get hot when you you know, if you don't say DA. So you know, DA, that's my man, and
rest in
you know,
peace.
but you know, but he DA wasn't a McDonald's All-American, you know, and you know, a lot of people think he was, but I mean, he wasn't. And, you know, and Brett Slaughter. Brett was supposed to be on with us today, but I didn't hit him up. Brett, I didn't know if we were coming on or not, but man, he was going to come in on with us from Australia. So we'll link up next week. But yeah, he wasn't a McDonald's All-American. You know, so that's a hell of an argument, you know, to make. I mean, he's the popular vote, you know. I mean, he was a bad man, but you know, Casey was very tough. It's not only from playing against him at times when he was locked in and seeing what he could do, but just also what he accomplished too, man.
Mm-hmm.
National champion, went to Duke, you know. He didn't play bad at Duke. He's just he was just out there. He was just a specialty guy. You know, he was he was a rim runner. He was ahead of his time. Let me put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, and the thing is, in high school, he almost averaged a triple-double, I think. And he didn't even – in a lot of games, he didn't play the fourth quarter. But I think, like, with DA, the thing with DA is, like, there's a lot of, like, you know how it goes. Most people's like, what if, like, those things that could have been or whatever the case may be. But in high school, remember, and the other thing DA should get credit about, like, I think he was suspended for, like, 6 weeks for something that happened in football.
Yeah, he missed half.
He didn't even get to play.
Yeah. But I mean, I think Joe, either you said it, KSP, y'all had him up there, but like, it's hard to not have somebody on Mount Rushmore who won Mr. Basketball for the state of Florida.
Yeah,
right. I think to me that's an automatic skip the line.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the three you said that won Mr. Basketball was an argument, honestly. Like, I can't see how anybody would say any of those guys. Like, only way somebody wouldn't say Tony Mack nowadays because they didn't know who he was back in the day. Like, I could, like that, like if somebody said they played basketball from 2000 up, they never, okay, I can understand that. They just don't have an opinion about it.
So I'm going to try to find a KSP. This was around the time when Russell Evans was about to break his record. And they had like a breakdown of him, like a comparison in the paper. So Tony was shooting like 60% from the field or something crazy. You know, and obviously Tony did it in 3 years. I don't know if they was doing 9 through 12 at Plant City. They probably were not. Tony did it in 3. They weren't?
No, they weren't.
Okay. And back in the 80s, I don't know if Joe knew this, they used to play like the DMV versus the rest of America, like when the DMV was hopping.
Mm.
And they would have like the DMV guys against everybody else. There's an article though where Tony went up to that game and destroyed it so bad that like the players who he just played against were asking for his autograph.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So like that Tony though, I'm gonna see if I can find that article and send it, y'all. But yeah, I don't even think it's close. I don't. I think if you look at Tampa Catholic, they go probably have the most. What's up, girl?
You get nosy.
They go have the most. And again, Joe, how you say like some people get upset, but if we just laying out the facts, I would guess Tampa Catholic has the most point scores, right, KSP? But those guys will probably go play in 4 years, Joe. What them guys go play 140 games?
At TC?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everybody has to play the same amount of games now. I think it's 25, and you play 25 games in the regular season, and then you get whatever you do in the playoffs.
Okay, so was that the case when DeZargo and Knox was there?
I don't know when that changed because I remember back when our senior year we were 17-3, and Tampa Prep was 33-3. So they had played like pretty much a whole season more than us.
Me and Drake was talking one year. I think they 10th grade year they went 34-2, which is 36 games.
Right.
And then I think the year that they lost in state, they went 33-9.
No, yeah, they played a crazy amount of games.
They went 33-6. So in 2 years at Bayshore, they played 75 games.
Right.
And then Drake played another 36 prep. Like we didn't come nowhere near playing close to 100 games in high school.
Yeah, no, I was like, man, these niggas playing all kind of games.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I would have been damn near 3,000 point score.
Yeah.
Games.
And that ain't no shot at all our brethren who played private school because they all laid it down. That ain't no shot, but like, when they was at Bayshore, bro, they played 39 games. I bet you there's gonna be a bunch of teams in the ACC that don't play 39 games this year.
Right.
So I don't know, but it's a good argument, Bo. Joe, I'm sorry if I cut you off. Who's your foe, Joe? Your Mount Rushmore.
I got the same as 10.
Yeah, I got the same. 3 who won Mr. Basketball and Casey. I'm sorry, and DA, God bless the dead. What's that, Bo?
So who is your NBA Mount Rushmore? So on this one I saw they got LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, and Steph Curry. Who do y'all have on y'all NBA's Mount Rushmore?
So Joe, I consider modern basketball to be 1980 to right now. So I ain't see Wilt, but if half of the stuff that they say Wilt did, he's gonna always be on my Mount Rushmore. Like he in the Hall of Fame for volleyball. Somebody said he could palm a bowling ball. That'll get you on my list right there.
Wilt is my GOAT. So
that's what I'm saying, bro. And I ain't seen him play one time.
Right. I mean, I've seen some film.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, the film is unreal, Joe. It almost looks fake.
Right.
The whole Kobe on the Mount Rushmore. I know how stuff is after somebody passes. They kind of get bumped up a little bit more. Kobe is a guy who people consider a scorer. KSE, your people are good with the numbers. I think Kobe had 5 seasons where he didn't average 20 points. When a guy like LeBron has none who they say can't score. So I don't know how much of the facts are playing into this stuff, or is it the fact that Kobe passed and now they bumped him up? I don't know. I probably got 2 different Mount Rushmores, the older guys and then modern basketball, 1980 to right now, but I don't really have a set for. Who you got, KSP?
Kobe my GOAT, bro, but I don't think I have Kobe on the Mount Rushmore, bro. It's just a preference, honestly.
Mhm.
Like, and the thing is, like,
Your favorite player of all time.
yeah. He's my favorite player of all time. But
Love
like,
me some Kobe's, dog. I love Kobe.
yeah, I mean, I think to me, you know, obviously Mike's on there.
Yeah.
I never was a fan of LeBron's. I got to be a fan now because he's on the Lakers. But I don't think you can have one without LeBron, bro. Like as much as you can hate him or whatever, like he got to be on there, bro. And then to me, I got this might be a bias or a preference, bro. I got Shaq on that, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I got Shaq,
The Diesel, dog.
and then after that, I guess like the thing is like you could put Wilt, or I can see how people have Steph on there because he actually revolutionized the game. He's like he's the one that really probably changed the game to shooting threes and all that stuff. Like, but like I think the fourth one is a little bit more difficult because like you could like what Wilt did was crazy, like crazy, bro. Like don't get athletic wise and all that, but like and I try not to penalize players for they're a victim of their circumstances. Not Will's fault. Everybody else was 6'6", 6'7". That ain't it.
And you can't help.
That's not true though.
Yeah,
Well,
that,
not everybody, but like,
no, that's one of the biggest misnomers in all of pro basketball.
Yeah.
That Wilt was like the only 7-footer.
nah,
the average center size back then was 6'10". The average center size right now 6'10".
Yeah. That's another one of them those urban legends that have gained steam throughout the years. Like
he killed Bill Russell, so you know what I'm saying. So like, regardless of that, like I wouldn't like. Thing is, I wouldn't have a problem with Wilt on there or like the fourth person or Steph. Like I don't even have a problem like I understand basketball. I don't have a bias because neither one of them are my favorite players. So I can understand somebody saying Michael Jordan is the GOAT, LeBron is the GOAT. I can understand the logic behind either one. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, at that point, it's a preference, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we talk about guys' revolution. You know, like Curry, he did change the game with shooting threes. Iverson also changed the game. Iverson gave birth to the and one stuff with the exaggerated crossover that he was doing.
Yeah,
that's he kind of changed the game with that. Shaq actually changed the game because all of these teams start getting these Hulk Buster guys like Yinkadari, God bless the dead, and guys like that to be able to guard Shaq. Like teams was loading up on guys we got to get a Hulk Buster to guard Shaq. Like I was at the New Jersey Nets training camp when it was at St. Leo my first year there, and Yinkadari could not dribble a basketball. Like I ain't saying that he couldn't dribble well, like he could not dribble a basketball. Like they were doing just down and back layup drill, and he would get the ball, he would throw it, and he would catch up to it, and he would have it like this, and he would run with it like 3 steps, and then he'd throw it again and catch. And then
they had no like 6 years.
You say what? Yeah, he have assists for 6 years. Yeah. So I was looking, I'm like, how is he in the NBA and he can't dribble? And then they start getting up and down, playing one-on-one. He ducked in the paint, caught that. They threw it to him, and he turned around and almost broke Sean Bradley in half. I said, that's why he's in the league. You know what I mean? So
Joe,
they were getting guys like that to guard Shaq.
Let me cut you off, Joe. Not only did Shaq change the way rosters were constructed, because you had to have 18 fouls. But I was telling a guy the other day that like having size is a quote unquote skill. And no, it's not a skill, like you can work on it, but I consider a skill anything that can help you quote unquote skip the line. That's a skill. Sometimes size is a skill. Basketball is a sport of big people. You know what I'm saying, Joe? And you just said Yinkadari couldn't dribble. But he's probably 7 foot. What he was, about 255, 260.
He was bigger than that, bro. He was massive. He was 7 foot.
Yeah,
he was bigger than that. Kind of crazy, a little bit, bro. That
was crazy.
Kind of crazy.
Pause. He was bigger than that. It's crazy.
Yeah. Who else changed the game? Who was it? Wilt or Kareem? They outlawed the dunk where you couldn't dunk anymore.
It was Wilt.
It was Wilt. Yeah.
No, it had to be Kareem.
No, they brought it back when Kareem was playing. They was able to bring it back by the time he played.
I think Kareem in college, I think they outlawed it.
You couldn't dunk, I think.
Yeah.
And that's somebody else who get left off the top, like off the GOAT list, though. How is Jabbar not the GOAT?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably my number 2.
Yeah.
So I like Wilt, I like Kareem. I got to throw Jordan in there.
Magic changed the game.
How so? I think he saved the game. Him and Bird.
A 6'9" point guard. Like that was never.
We didn't see another one for a long time.
But y'all saw. But he's the one that started bigger guards handling the ball.
I think he was an anomaly because who else was out there handling the ball like that during Magic's time?
After him. So what? When he retired,
I think Penny was the next big guard like that.
Yeah, but Penny was different though.
He was
with that size, with like
Yeah, but Magic was when Magic stopped playing, like 92, 93. Penny came like 95.
So, they played each other briefly.
So I mean, Magic was retired when Penny came, but I mean, if changing the game, like Curry is still playing. Like he changed the game years ago.
Yeah, I think
Curry changed the game years ago. I would say KD changed the game more than Curry because you start seeing more of the big guys. That's when you start seeing it in travel ball. Also Dirk too. Between Dirk and KD and that big guy like shooting and handling the ball and doing that stuff, you start seeing the evolution because the NBA is always the dog. Everything else is the dog wagging its tail. You know what I mean? So everybody follows what the NBA does. And once KD and all them started coming, you start seeing it on the travel ball circuit where people were saying like, man, the kids are so much bigger this year. And I'm like, nah, they're not bigger. It's just the skill set has changed because back in the day, you would have your point guard would handle the ball, your 2 guard would handle the ball, and maybe if you're lucky, your 3-man would handle the ball. The 4 and 5 didn't handle. So, but once they saw these big guys start handling the ball, and now instead of having 2 of them out there, you got 4 of them out there. So now it's like the kids are bigger, but if the kids aren't bigger, you just got more of them out there at one time now.
Lamar Odom?
Yeah, I mean Lamar Odom was patented, but KD changed it, man. Like once he
was more of a scorer though. Lamar Odom handled the ball more than KD did though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you ain't see that influx of them guys coming when Lamar Odom came through. Like again, he was another like anomaly type person. So once KD came, you had a lot of people starting to try to emulate that and do some of the same things, and then you start seeing that flood of bigs handling the ball and with these different skill sets. I don't know, it's just my observation from being on the scene.
So let me ask you this, and I hate when they do it when they be like, "Oh, this guy played in that era," and I don't know when y'all exactly started watching basketball, but I remember this dude. He was like a 7-foot dude. He was super skilled.
Brad Sellers.
Brad Sellers, though. I remember him being basically like, they talked about him as if he was like soft.
Yeah. They called him soft. He was handling the ball and shooting jumpers.
Yeah. Though just 10 years later, he'd have been a max contract dude.
Yeah, he was ahead of his time.
Yeah. They just called Brad Sellers soft, bro. Or like, which I used to think was crazy. I used to be amazed that he was that tall and could do all that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I didn't see Bob McAdoo, but allegedly he's the first stretch 4, from what I've been told.
Yeah, I seen Matt.
6'11", 6'10". They said when he's in Buffalo, he used to put up numbers.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
some of this stuff come on NBA Classic sometime. I catch it. Because I just be trying to like look and see because people be calling them guys plumbers and stuff like that. And which is like,
tough.
It's crazy to me, bro. Like if they like see my whole thing is like even with Wilt, like people like try to, downgrade what Wilt does or discredit what he did. And see, my whole thing is like if Wilt wouldn't be nothing today. Okay, so you take that athlete and you put him in today, give him the shoes, the medicine, that training table, all this stuff, the skill work, all that stuff you got now. You take that athlete and give him that.
Don't give Wilt nothing, Joe.
You don't have to. I'm just saying, but just imagine if you did.
Oh,
Imagine.
bro, like, he didn't drink. He didn't
It's
smoke.
it's
Ooh,
evolution, bro. That's the thing.
Yo,
Hey, like if
yeah.
you
No,
like if
Will was at halftime drinking scotch and smoking cigarettes in the locker room at halftime.
it was
But
just a
yeah,
drink.
like work
Yeah.
if you work on your game, bro, like you're gonna get like that is not they fault. They played in whatever era they played in. But like if they played now, Wilt would still be the same athlete, but he would have worked on his game the way they work on their game. Like that's evolution.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't of course you couldn't take nobody from the 70s out of the 70s and play in 2025. Like, of course not, because they didn't train the way they train now.
But
It's-
okay, so
But
you. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
But if you took that person and they grew up in the era where they played and trained how they trained, that's a
Mhm.
different story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
So
think Will might be the exception to the rule. I think Will could play anytime, anywhere, any place. I know Wilt was a freak in the weight room with the benching and all that. So I don't know where people get this stuff from, but what Shaq would have done to Wilt, and I don't know where that comes from, bro.
when Dennis Rodman could slow him down.
No, I have a feeling that Dennis Rodman is probably like freakishly strong.
I'm sure.
Yeah, like because if you watch some of the stuff, dog, he's standing Shaq up. You know, he walling up or whatever. And Joe, you seen Rodman in person? How big is Rodman?
Shatan used to live across the hall from him.
How
Yeah,
big?
he about 6'9".
That's crazy. So
Yeah.
like, so I mean, and again, Joe said Rodman could slow him down, but Wilt is gonna have trouble with Shaq. Like I don't understand that though. Like I don't know. Like I don't
But
know.
also, too, you take the guards from today. Because on the Final Word podcast, we had Ted Owens come on one time. Ted Owens is 93 years old, and sharp, still sharp as a tack. Like still remember every. You know what I mean? Just
Mhm.
mind is great. And I asked him. I said, "So you saw basketball from the beginning and now?" I said, "What's the biggest change in the game?" And he said, "The way they handle the ball and the things they're allowed to do to handle the ball." And so I went back and looked and I thought about it. So when we go back and we look at Bob Cousy and you see him like patting the ball like this, people look at that now and be like, "Oh, he can't dribble." Like, no, that was the rule. Like you
That
had
was the
to
rule.
literally pat the ball. Like everything now is carry. You know what I mean? Like you watch. So you take the guard from today and make him have to handle that ball, patting that ball like that. How good can they do that?
No, probably not.
Right. So I'm saying, like, who rules are we playing under when you talk about these plumbers?
Joe, that's a good point you just brought up. You know the biggest illustration that probably in the last 10, 15 years, when Isaiah Thomas was in Boston, he used to carry the ball. It was the worst I had ever seen, dog, and you can't stop him.
Right.
You know, like they've got still photos, Joe. He up under it like this. Like he's literally up under it. You can't
So
stop him.
Isaiah Thomas, the young fella Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, from out west. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not Isaiah Lord Thomas. No.
No. Yeah, he would take 4 steps with the ball under the ball.
With the Celtics.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog. Like, and I remember Steve Kerr was just going off about it one day. He was like, nobody could guard him if y'all gonna allow him to do that. Like,
right,
I'm kind of like with Joe, like, now that Joe's saying that, if you watch any college or NBA game pre-Allen Iverson, every crossover is the UTEP two-step, or it's the Chicago crossover where it's inside the box and it's quick.
Right.
When Iverson came, like you can start watching games like post 95, 96, everybody is the long exaggerated crossover.
Yeah. Tim used to that was his thing back in high school.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess like it's evolution. Like when we grew up, a windmill would win a dunk contest.
Right.
That's not the case no more. There's 7 dudes on the bench that can do a windmill.
Right. 5'10" dudes doing that junk now.
Yeah, that's not a big deal no more. So it's evolution, and it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go both ways. Slow down, bro. Like,
yeah, that was crazy too.
Disrespectful, bro.
That was Paul's word. That was a good one. That 10. That's crazy. Or Joe always talked about it. If you get a guy like Sarunas Marcellonis and let him play now, he'll probably average a dub off the bench with no plays for him.
Right.
Because he's one of them hard drinking, hard playing Europeans.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You get Robert Pack now, or you get what's my man? I think he's from out there, or not Jamie Brandon.
Terrell Brandon.
Terrell Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Terrell Brandon to be a problem right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He'll be a problem right now.
Even Stockton, man, like they be people talk junk about him, or they'll show pictures of Jeff Hornacek guarding Jordan, and they'll be like, "This is who Jordan had to play against. This who's guarding Jordan." And then they'll show a picture of Giannis. This who was guarding LeBron. Like, no, them dudes was good, man.
They were good. That's why you just gotta do it by era, Joe. Like we was talking before the show started about the Redskins, right, Sam?
Yeah.
Remember in the 80s, they had the Hogs, the big physical offensive line. Them dudes were like 6'3", 265, Joe.
Yeah.
Like
it was now 6'8", 340.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what was considered big in the 80s and the 90s that's not considered as big right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know too much about like Warren Sapp training regimen, but like Aaron Donald, like you were saying earlier, them dudes probably eating, you know what I'm saying? They got all that stuff. Warren Sapp just a country boy from over there, you know what I'm saying? So
and that's the thing, you could look at it that way too, right? Like, okay, if you compare Warren Sapp, who was unbelievable at his time, with Aaron Donald, right? Like Warren Sapp probably, and no fault of his own, because he trained how he thought he was supposed to train. If you take Warren Sapp and train how Aaron Donald trained, would he be way better than what he was? Right? I'm not saying he would or wouldn't. I don't know, but it's just the whole point of how different times are and like the evolution of how things work out.
I think that's the reason you should just do it by era. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't help
or at least don't move the goal, right? Like the thing is, like, okay, if you're going to compare the players, compare them to who they were playing against and what they did, not versus what the time is now.
Yeah. It's a good argument both ways, but like I think it's a couple guys that they could play in any era. I think Shaq won you know, I think Wilt won obviously Mike won but even like with Mike, can you be the best player in the league today at 6'6"? I mean, Steph Curry being the exception to the rule because it's range. Could like a 6'6" guard be the best player in the league?
Absolutely. If he doing what he was doing. But see, Mike was as good as. So the thing with Mike was like if Mike was playing against, let's say, if he played today and he was playing against Donovan Mitchell, and Donovan Mitchell's averaging 26. That day he played against Mike, he might have 15.
He got 11. That's how I started hating Mike. I would be watching people play. They'd be like, Joe Fallon is averaging 32 the last 12 games. Mike come to town, Joe got 8. I'm like, oh, they scared. You know what I'm saying? Because I was young. I was like, oh. When I got old, I was like, oh, he that much better than them.
Right.
I didn't know.
Look, bro, he was just as good, just as dominant defensively than he was offensively. He was the best offensive player and defensive player on the court at all times. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, he was. He was. I just think, now I will say this, going back to what KSP said about evolution. When them guys started coming in at a legit 6'8", Penny, Grant Hill, Tracy McGrady, Vince. Obviously, Penny used to give everybody fits. You know what I'm saying? He gave Pip fits. He gave Mike fits. He was too big. I don't know if he'd have been, and maybe he would have. It was Mike. I don't know, like with those bigger guards coming out, if he'd still been as effective as far as like locking them dudes up, like a Penny Hardaway or Vince or Tracy. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that would be that. Like to me, that's the argument, not who was better than who. Was like I would like to think he would, because I think like again, like when Mike would get drunk every night.
Allegedly.
He would drink, go play golf, whatever, like smoke cigars, whatever, allegedly, like you're saying, right? Everything. And like obviously he trained, but again, like I would like the further you get, the further you see different people, like the young boys coming up now, they like, bro, they eat right, they train right, they whole regimen. I tell people all the time about JoJo's schedule.
It's unreal.
And just like you would think that dudes that get paid millions of dollars to do that job, they would be taken even more serious.
Yeah. I mean, that's what conventional wisdom would, that you would assume that, but like I don't think that's how it is. Like I don't know if AI gonna be the truth like he was if he was
Right.
vegan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying? If he's vegan and didn't drink, and I don't
yeah.
know.
And the thing is, I'd say though, I use this comparison all the time, bro. Like take LeBron, right? Everybody knows how great LeBron was, how he take care of his body parts, like work out, do all those things, right? Who like he's 6'8", 250, 260, run like a gazelle, move like crazy, like superior athlete, right? Who can you think of that had the same physical attributes as LeBron that you watch? Like,
So the best way I heard LeBron described was he's as big as Karl Malone, but he's as fast as Jason Kidd with a basketball.
right, but who physically can you think of that you
Nobody.
saw?
I just had to combine two players. Nobody.
Let me tell you, I'm talking about physically, one player. And when I say it, you be like, yeah, true. This goes back to LeBron's work ethic. Josh Smith. Josh Smith was 6'8", 240, jump out the gym, could
Super
move.
athletic.
He was just super athletic, could move like a maniac. Like he was, and he had a great NBA career, don't get me wrong. And this is no disrespect to him, bro, because I think he had a great career. But like you could clearly see the difference between somebody that had a regimen and a routine that worked on their game, that came back every year with something, got better until he's who he was now.
So
Josh Smith had the same capability to do that,
yeah.
but trained differently, for whatever reason. Don't get me wrong.
So that's a great point. But also when you get to the league, and Joe know this, you got to start factoring in some of these horribly run organizations too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but Cleveland was horribly ran too, though.
Oh, for years. You know what I'm saying? For years, but LeBron overcame that. So, like, if you just hear like a guy like I heard Jeff Teague telling a story about a coach told him you only getting 18 minutes a night. No matter what you do, you're getting 18 minutes a night. So, like, some of that stuff got to factor in too. And then some of the player like sabotage that they do or whatever, or I don't know. I don't know what was going on in Atlanta with Josh Smith, but that was a great comparison because Josh Smith was a freak athlete.
Yeah, so like the politics of things, like you saying that about what Jeff Teague told that story, NBPA Top 100 camp. A lot of the players was coming in and they were like telling their stories about things that happened to them and this and that the other, just try to prepare like the parents and the kids for these types of things. So because like everybody the NBPA Top 100, they feel like they have like lottery pick potential. You know what I mean? So they bring in all these guys that been through it. So what was it? It's not Jermaine Jones, but Jones that played with Cleveland. He was he's actually bigger than I thought. He's like 6'8", but he used to shoot the threes all the time. I can't remember.
Dwayne Jones?
Not Dwayne.
He played on that finals team that LeBron was on.
Yeah, he was a shooter. He was with.
It's Dwayne Jones.
James Jones from Miami.
James Jones.
Talking about from Miami.
Yeah, him. Yeah. So he was saying that when he was on the team and he was like he was in good shape in practice he's killing, in the training camp he killed, became in tip top shape, but he was like the coach told him like, look, I know you balling, I know you in tip top shape, I know you doing well. He said, but we got this rookie that we bringing in that we got to develop him and he's going to develop by playing. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to play you. And he said, so as a vet, you have to still sit back and know that you're capable and what you can do if you get out there and play. Know you got contract year coming up, but you still have to be a professional, sit back, help develop this rookie, be a good teammate, be encouraging. And I was like, damn, bro, I ain't never think of that. Like some of the stuff they was telling us, like it was a whole bunch of like stuff like that they were telling us that for someone who never played in the league or seen it, like I didn't have a clue like things like that went on.
Oh, all the time, Joe. All the time. And then, you would get a guy like Will Bubachuk, for example. Like he said, like we watched a documentary. He was like, nobody worried about who my friends were 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm in the league. Everybody's worried about who my friends are. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff that they try to put in the media, put out there. Joe, think about the stuff with Vince Carter. Like, if you go back and look at Vince leaving Toronto, all that stuff was over nonsense, like parking spots and all this stuff, bro.
Right.
They killed Vince for going back, graduating. There's like when you said politics, there's all type of stuff that happened in the league. And before the internets and social media, them guys had no way of getting their stories out, though.
Right.
Like one of my favorite players at Michigan State, Sean Resberg, he gets drafted by the Lakers. He telling them that, man, my stomach is killing me. You know, of course, they telling him to play through it. You end up in the shape before the dude got stomach cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, now if he had social media, he could get that out. But it's just, I think it's a lot of stuff that go on with like them guys who ain't the 1% of the 1%. You know, if you anywhere below that, like Joe was saying about James Jones, and like I'm sure you can get like 100 NBA vets. They got the same type of stories.
Yeah, it's true. Like devil's advocate though, like really basketball wise, the best players should play, right? That's devil's advocate. On the other side of that, think about like, okay, take the thing with Bobachuck or even the thing with James Jones. Like think about it, those teams are companies, right?
Yep.
And I think it's right or wrong. You believe however you want to believe, but if you paying somebody millions of dollars, that's an investment.
Yep.
Right, and you don't want to ruin your investment of somebody you paying all this money to over something that has nothing to do with what you're paying them to do.
Yeah.
Whether right or wrong, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily always agree with it, but reality is, if like think about Bubba Chuck's, like he didn't even play his senior year, he got arrested, got in trouble, whatever, like whatever happened, right? So go to college, ball out, get to the league. You don't think somebody's gonna pay him millions of dollars and not to have to worry about that at some point? Be like, we invested money in this guy and something's gonna happen?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point. That's I mean, like you said, you used the right word. Those are companies. You know what I'm saying? And they looking after their investment, and they number one goal is ROI, return on investment.
Yeah.
You know
for sure.
Yeah. But like I do think for those the second and third tier guys, it's a lot of stuff that go on, like what Joe was just talking about. Like,
no, for sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And again, Josh Smith was a very good example, though. Josh Smith was a freak, though. Like, pause. Athletically, he was a freak. Pause.
It's just I always make that comparison, and I don't want anybody it has nothing to downgrade Josh Smith because I think he had a great NBA career. It's just to me, and again, I've never been a LeBron fan, but like, it's just to highlight the crazy work ethic and the crazy level of seriousness LeBron had for his whole career to be developed from a guy that was special, everybody knew it, to be phenomenal.
Yeah, he got laser focus.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Smith would probably say that himself because he was at the he was at the top 100 too, and he was like telling his story, and he would probably say the same thing, that you know he probably didn't work as hard as he could have or what have you. But he's coaching now, and I'm sure that his son is getting all that what he didn't have.
Yeah,
but the same too, he might have thought at the time he was coming, he was working hard. Like I thought I was working hard when I was playing basketball, right? But like, it might not necessarily be until you see somebody else that does it more than you.
And then too, like the media plays a huge part. There's another guy that I mean, I don't care within reason what you do off the court. Dwight Howard is probably one of the most hated and like undervalued stars I had ever seen. Like,
I agree with that.
Huh? I
agree.
Dwight Howard had, what you say, Joe, a 6-7 year run where he was unreal, though.
Yeah, played the year like 3 times in a row. Defensive player of the year.
Yeah, Dwight was unreal, but you know that's what I think the difference is between like college and pro. Like most of the time, if you in college, like they trying to win right now, we go play this guy. In that league, like Ten said, it's a different type of. It's a more of a company. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of guys probably got dealt a bad hand or whatever, but it is what it is.
Bro, my bad, man. I gotta cut this short. I gotta rock, man.
You about to blow down?
Yeah, I'm about to blow down. My bad.
Happy Pilgrim Day.
You gonna do what? My man don't celebrate that, son.
Hey, so
God save,
I'll holler at y'all, man. I
all right, God
appreciate y'all.
save, boy.
no
All right.
doubt. Yeah, we got like 10 minutes left. So Bo Bill, Eddie Curry was at he was at the top 100, man, and he told a story to us. He was like, he said when he was in high school, he said Love and Basketball had just came out, and and I imagine that this happened to Nolly, bro. Let's say your kid. So
My favorite song.
yeah, for sure. So he said that Love and Basketball had just came out, and him and his girlfriend was like, "Yeah, that's our movie, man. That story about us, this and that and the other." And and he said he was just super locked in with this chick or whatever. So he said he had messed around and got her pregnant.
Oh,
He's 17, right? So he said that he didn't want to go tell his folks because he knew they would flip out. So he went and he told, they went and told her dad. And so he said his dad pulled him to the side and said, "Hey, you got to make a honest woman out of my daughter, man. So you got to marry her." He was like, "Yes, sir." Bro, he took them to the courthouse and they got married at the courthouse. And so, Eddie Curry already had an agent because he was going straight from high school to the NBA. So he said when they went and told their parents that he got married, and they was like, "No, man!" Like, and so him and his agent, his agent tried to get it a no, and the girl dad was like, "Nope," and so they ended up just like divorcing right away, and he had to pay her like $13 million, bro.
American dollars?
Yeah, dog, $13 million. That's crazy, bro. 17 years old, like just getting duped like that. So he was talking. He was like kind of. They would all tell these different stories of things that happened, to them, and like this, if y'all kid is fortunate enough to get drafted or whatever, like these are the things that come with that. And it was just like the stories they were telling, bro, was like crazy, bro. Like all these pro dudes was like coming telling these stories, bro.
I saw him telling a story about, because I think he does something where he talked to the younger guys now in the league.
That's the NBPA top 100. So it's the NBPA. This is a top 100 camp for high school.
Okay.
But the NBPA is the National Basketball Players Association. So he probably talked to the younger guys that are members of the NBPA.
Yeah, he was telling a story about that they try to show the guys how to identify fake IG accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying something like a girl told one guy, "Screenshot me" or something, and then like she would put his picture next to some highly inappropriate stuff and then blackmail. Like,
yeah.
Dog, that's crazy, dog.
Yeah, it is, bro. It really is. Now with the AI, all that kind of stuff gonna get even worse, bro.
Yeah.
With this AI stuff, man.
That's crazy, though. Like, I mean, it's $13 million. Like, and I'm trying to think in my head, like, shouldn't have been some type of like legal recourse. Eddie Curry was only 17. Like, that's not his parent who can sign for him, but ain't no telling.
Yeah, bro. No, it's just it was just what it is. I mean, you know how the women are protected when they had them kids, so he had to take care of his responsibility. Unfortunately, the judge thought 13 million was a good number.
And the baby, so obviously he got like an adult child right now, huh?
He got a bunch of kids. Curry, yeah, he was wilding, but he was just saying that that's initially how his stuff started out. But he got a bunch of kids.
I thought I called him on what's that show, Preps. He used to be on. It was him, Sean Dockery. He was on a show called Preps, and they followed like 3 Chicago area kids. It was Eddie Curry, Sean Dockery, and a white kid. I think the white dude went to a mid-major or something, and Sean Dockery went to Duke. But I remember that show. Google it. It might be from like the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. Preps. Yeah. But I thought Eddie Curry I thought he was cold too. He a big dude too.
Yeah, he a big dude. Yeah, he big. He cool.
But when we was just talking about that, Joe, like players playing in different eras or whatever. Or like what's my man, the super athletic dude at Oklahoma State, Desmond Mason. I'm saying like he would flourish in today's up and down. You know what I'm saying? But then like
they call them 3-and-D guys.
Yeah, yes, 3-and-D guys. Yep. 3-and-D guys. He would definitely be one of those guys. Or even like one of your favorites, Sean Kemp playing today. You know what I'm saying? Everybody remember the dunks. Nobody remember the mid-range jumper, Joe. He had a feathery jumper too.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to play this video. And let's see if I can get it to work this time. Let me remove my.
You got your staff over there, Bo?
Yeah. So, do you have a problem with this play?
You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. All right, can you see that?
It's no, not really.
I mean, that's probably as big as I can make it go.
Okay, my man from B-More, Derek Queen.
Yeah, so all right, so I'm about to play this real quick and let me know if you got.
Orlando lead and make it 11 out of the last 14. And Derek Queen said it's not over yet. Yeah. Yeah, that did be.
Could you see it? You couldn't see it, could you?
I saw him. He had like even to shake his hand, stole the ball, got a dunk.
Okay, yeah. So, do you have a problem with that?
So I have a problem with them stupid rules. You know, like all the stuff in baseball, you hit a home run, you ain't supposed to make eye contact. Like all these little rules and stuff, or you ain't supposed to be throwing the ball in football if you up 3 touchdowns. I mean, I get it. I guess it's some sort of tradition, but I ain't have a problem with it. But I know that there's years of tradition, and I done seen D Wade and other guys get so upset about that. But
Demetri Gilbert just said, "Hey man, Joe, take them colors off." Joe with the maroon and Dak. He got his the emoji with the hand over his face. Get some Gators colors on here.
Oh no, tell my
this ain't Florida State, man. This Spartan colors, man. This West Tampa Spartan.
But tell my tell my Spartan brethren, I don't acknowledge schools in the great state of Florida with less than 5 national championships. So
Buster said Joe and Dak, my brothers.
Who that is? Sean D. Saintfield?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we read the comments. I don't know who this is, but he's asking, do we read the comments?
No, but I be seeing little NBA players get mad about that stuff. I be like, you probably should have showed that much fight during the game. Like, you down 30, somebody get a breakaway and they do a windmill. Like, you know what I'm saying? You that upset about it, but ain't he a rookie? That dude probably like 19 years old, Joe.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wilt Chamberlain's my go-to.
Yeah. But they discredit them dudes, Joe. Like they be like, oh, everybody was 6 feet tall, which we all know that's not true.
It's not true.
I was explaining this to somebody the other day, Joe. When we grew up and the way we talked about like football, even when you grew up, like, I mean, you ain't played football, but it was a consensus that Dan Marino was the best quarterback.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you have like Joe Montana on an interview. He'll be like, you know, my team loaded, but like Dan's the best quarterback. That'll never happen nowadays because he don't have no rings. You know, it's all about the ring culture or whatever. But
somebody asked, hey Dak, how do I defend Wilt Chamberlain is the GOAT? Because they always say they played against plumbers.
Joe, I don't know if Joe got it right there, but we was talking about this a couple of years ago. The average center back then was 6'10", and the average center right now is 6'10".
Yeah.
So that's my only argument.
Also, too, the other thing too is when you look at the league now, how many teams is there? 30 teams?
Yeah.
How many teams was it when Wilt played?
8.
So you got to think about it. So now imagine if there was 8 teams right now, and you had to consolidate all those players into those 8 teams.
Yep.
Those teams will be so much better than, you know what I'm saying?
So they go try to flip that, Joe, and be like, oh, it wasn't number 18. Even though what you just said made perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the same argument about, like, they be saying there's so many high schools in Tampa now. But if there was less high schools, it'd be a higher concentration of talent on each team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I 100% agree with what you're saying.
It's like in those counties, like in Tampa, you got Tech and you got Hillsborough less than a half a mile from each
Tech
other.
and King.
It'd be Tech and King. I'm sorry. Then you got Hillsborough 2 miles from them. Then you got, you know what I mean? And then you got Plant
You
and
got
Jefferson.
Tampa Catholic by Hillsborough.
Right.
Plant, Jefferson, and Jesuit sit on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Robinson a little further down, like all the school. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, we had like 30 schools. And then where Dre from, they got 2 schools. you know what I mean? So
yeah,
when you get like a freshman playing varsity, that's a big deal because
big
all of
deal.
that talent is in one spot. So if the league only had 8 teams right now, that talent would be so much more. So Wilt was playing against the best of the best.
We were
So
playing against the
Maurice
best.
said, what y'all think about K Martin and Draymond? You been following?
I like both of them. I like, K Mar, the Texas guy. He from out there in Dallas, and Draymond from up there in Saginaw. They got weird games, but I like K Mar was tough. Like K Mar,
He talking about the beef they've been going back and forth. You ain't been watching that?
no.
Yeah, so Kmart been saying Draymond's a fake tough guy and all this stuff, and then and so Draymond was like, "Look, you was the number 1 pick, you know what I mean, in the league. You got 1 All-Star appearance, you got this, that." And then Draymond started talking about all his accolades and what he did. 4 chips, defensive player of the year, multiple time first team all defense. You know what I mean? So they kind of back and forth.
I mean, they both got some impressive accolades. Being number 1 overall, that's a very exclusive club to be in. I mean, shit, Mike wasn't even the number 1 pick. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they both got some valid points. It sounds like. I mean, Draymond did win 4 chips. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know this was a thing though.
Yeah, they've been going back and forth. So Demetri Gilbert said, "I know they can't do it anymore, but how do you guys feel about high school seniors going straight to the pros? Is there still some guys that can make that jump?"
Oh, to my basketball?
Yep.
Yeah, they should have never stopped them. They should have never stopped them because you had a couple horror stories. You had a couple had a couple guys that it didn't work out for, and people need to see that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Kobe and Kevin Garnett and Tracy, them guys was like, they was them dudes. And I think people started to think, oh, I can do that too. So like they should have never let them start. They should have never stopped them from going to high school. Straight from high school to the pros. And I hate to say it, but you need a couple of them like unfortunate incidents to let people know this real. Like if you try to go to the league, you can't go back to college now. So like it's the real deal. So yeah, they should have never stopped the high school kids.
Yeah, I think Cameron Boozer could have made the jump. Caleb Wilson. I think Mikael Brown Jr. could have made the jump. Who else?
Like in
Vanessa could have made the jump. I was just talking about the 2005 kids from right now.
Yeah, it's been Kevin Durant ain't have no business on nobody college campus. Kyrie Irving ain't had no business on nobody college campus. Like, there's a bunch of them dudes could have came straight out. Kyrie Irving played 11 games at Duke.
Yeah.
What was the point of that? You feel me? Like, there's a bunch of they should have never let them high school kids. But I think what happened when it was a wave, Joe, when all the best players, not all of them, but it was like Cole, it was the big ticket Kevin Garnett, it was Dwight, it was Tracy, it was Amari. For a minute, though, like them straight from high school guys had a little wave. Jermaine O'Neal.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. They should have never.
Dwight Howard, Al Jefferson, all them guys came. Tyson Chandler, Eddie Curry,
Monte Ellis.
Yeah. Said some guys.
Yeah.
Ozzy on IG said Draymond plays the game of basketball how it's supposed to be played. And Mauricio said he's a Kmart guy. So Mauricio think Kmart's a tough guy.
Yeah, I like both of them though. I ain't gonna
like Kmart. I still like Kmart too.
Yeah, like I think Draymond kind of like, I don't want to say, he kind of overachieved. He was a 2nd round pick, right?
Yeah, he definitely overachieved.
Yeah, so like if you talking about a dude that's a 2nd round pick, Yeah, I mean that's crazy. I ain't know they were like, hey, it ain't like no real beef. They just kind of capping, like joking back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm. No, they Kmart, he probably serious about it, and Draymond gonna say what he gotta say, so he gonna stand on it. So they
I
both trying
like
to
both,
stand on each square.
huh?
They both trying to stand on each square.
I like both of them. I ain't gonna lie. I
Yeah,
like
I like both of them too. But,
Draymond. He ain't terribly skilled or nothing, but like he get a lot of production out of what he got. Like, because I remember what's that white boy from Florida Joe used to be dunking at?
not Mike Miller, is it?
He big. He from David Lee.
Oh yeah, David Lee. Yeah.
Remember he was hurt, and then I think back then Golden State were playing better when David Lee was hurt. They were playing better with Draymond, and then Steve Kerr kind of made the decision to stick with Draymond, and that's when everything kind of took off.
Right.
So yeah, I like Draymond. I like Kmart too, though. I like that Kmart he used to attack the rim though. Like
Yeah, he did.
yeah, but they need to cut all that out. Them dudes, they're probably done made almost $500 million in the league. They arguing with each other. They need to cut that out.
Yeah, Demetri Gilbert asked, "Do we think the fame was too much for the high school boys?" I don't think so. They getting just as much cheese in college right now, so they getting it now.
DG, it wasn't too much fame when they had Jennifer Capriati on the cover of Sports Illustrated when she was 14, and
Right.
then baseball players get to leave straight from high school and go to the pros and get paid. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like it'd only be a problem when it be the NBA guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who else you got in the comments, Bo?
DG said Draymond's cocky, but his game is needed. You need more type of players on your team. And also, even though I'm a Kmart guy, they both like Kmart, Mauricio and
DG?
Yep. Buster said Kmart feels the game was much tougher when he played. Kmart more physical too.
Yeah, it was definitely a little tougher. Like
physical wise, they both about the same because Draymond pretty physical too. He play on the wing a lot, but he physical.
Yeah, he definitely physical though. But yeah, I'm more of a Kmart guy. But you got to tip your hat to what Draymond did, being a second round pick. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to tip
JoJo Philon's dad.
Yeah, but you gotta tip your hat to him. Just recapping, Joe.
Times changed. People used to say that's Joe Philon's son right there, but now I'm JoJo Philon's dad now.
I've definitely changed. But if we go back and recap our goats, I got to go Tony for the county, for the city, right. And I might have to go Wilton Norman Chamberlain for the league.
Yeah, I got you make a good play on Tony Brown. I had Kevin Knox just because nobody's been more accomplished. He McDonald's All-American out of high school, Mr. Basketball,
first round pick,
one round at Kentucky. Letterman scoring SEC Player of the Year.
That's what I was asking. Were we talking high school or beyond?
Lottery pick and all that, So, so he's my GOAT. But
yeah. But that got them. Though, like it almost sound like when you tell people what Tony did, it almost sound fake. You know what I'm saying? Like you talking about he averaged 41 with no 3-point line. That's crazy.
Let me tell you something. Wemby is retiring to go. You might be on to something there because he
be on something.
He is special. If he can stay healthy, man, and because Yao Ming was on his way too, man. Yao Ming was a bad boy. He was kind of unstoppable.
He got the bad feet.
Yeah, but if Wemby can stay healthy, I agree with you on that. We've never seen anything like this.
Let me ask you a question, Joe. You know how people would be like, Tracy McGrady was a big what if? I don't feel like that, Joe.
Yeah, he ain't no what if, not T-Mac.
Yeah, like people be like, oh, but I thought Tracy back started going out when he got older, right?
It did, yeah.
Yeah, So like Tracy had probably about a 7-8 year like elite run. Like
That run with the Magic and then that run with Houston, bro. He
he was
was
unreal in Orlando, though. He was unreal. Huh?
and with Houston.
Yeah. Yeah, he was unreal in Orlando. Yeah, that little run right there, that probably that about 7 or 8 year run.
Yeah. So somebody's asking me, why did JoJo leave Blake? He left Blake. So his junior year, everybody else was a senior. The core guys that he had been with the whole time, they were all seniors. But also too, for him to achieve what he wants to achieve, and he needed to go and get on that national stage, so he transferred to Mount Verb, where they play a national schedule. Also, they're in the gym 4 times a day. Just what he's getting at Mount Verb is truly like a college prep. He's basically pretty much playing, pretty much college in a college situation right now. He lives there. He lives in the dorm. He has classes he has to go to. They practice before school. He has practice during school. He has practice after school. So it's really preparing him for the next level and what he wants to do. So it was a move that he had to make to achieve what he wants to do. What else? And why Will over MJ? This is why I have Will over MJ. You take MJ's best game, we'll have that at halftime.
What? For real at halftime. For real though? You looked it up?
No, I'm just saying. You take your favorite player's best game, we'll have them stats at halftime.
So this is what I'm gonna say, Joe, and you see if you understand what I'm saying about this. So everybody bring up Mike being 6-0 in the finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's super impressive. Yeah. But if you get a guy like Kareem who got the same amount of rings as Mike, which would be 6, right?
Yeah.
But then he's probably also got like another 6 finals appearances.
Right.
So I would think just say I'm around these numbers. Let's just say Kareem went 6-6 in the finals. I would think that would be more impressive than 6-0. And I'm gonna tell you why. If you're saying 6-0 is impressive, you're giving Mike a pass for when he loses in the first round.
Right.
And it don't affect his final records.
Right.
It's kind of like if me and JoJo went to Plant and we went to the state tournament 4 years in a row in high school and we won 2 state championships, but you and Tim went to Blake, y'all went back to back. Y'all won state y'all junior and senior year. Like, I would think me and JoJo would have had the more impressive career because we got to the state tournament every single year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, I think that stuff kind of get convoluted when it comes to Mike, and they be talking about 6-0. And I thought, like, you get credit for making it to the championship round.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what they kind of lose me with the Mike argument sometimes. Like, Mike did lose to the same team 3 years in a row. And the bad boy Pistons. You know what I'm saying? So, but that Mike was cold. We cold as ice now. Don't get me wrong. But
Gilbert said, what do you think about all these big guys popping up shooting threes? I'm old school. I like the big guy to post up and back guys down. The league has just evolved, man. It's changed.
Yeah. It definitely evolved. This is gonna sound weird. I think your boy Bill Lambier with that pick and pop. Lambier catching and shooting, Lambier would be probably 15 points a game right now, Joe.
You think so?
Not 15, but you know what I'm saying? Lambier did used to pick and pop a little bit. He could shoot it to be 6'11". But no, that's just the norm now, though. Who you got in the comments, Bo?
So where's MJ on your list? Probably third for me. Second or third.
I got Mike 3.
I like Wilt. I like Kareem, and I probably got Jordan.
Mike Jordan. I go 3. I'll go 3.
Buster said, don't do MJ like that.
So, Joe, both us big Magic fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. So they was talking about guys' games who would translate. I don't see Buck game translating right now, Joe. Am I tripping?
Yeah, you tripping.
Like what Buck go play? Go play the point?
Yeah. If Draymond playing point forward, Buck definitely could. If Draymond getting off the way he can and doing what he doing, Buck is, you know what I mean?
I'm just thinking Buck, old school Lakers, he get the ball, they start to break. You know what I'm saying? Magic go have the ball 90% of the time. I just don't think that's needed no more. It's kind of like the Chris Paul effect, like Chris Paul having the ball every trip up and down the court. Like that's kind of not what a game is no more.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'm a Buck fan now.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
Gilbert you just answered his question. Chris Paul retiring. Y'all think it's time?
Yeah.
You just answered that question before I put it up. All right, let's take one more. Then we got to get up out of here. If the
Chris Paul old as hell. He the same high school class as LeBron. Chris Paul old.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's time.
If the Diesel worked hard, stayed motivated, he have been the greatest player of all time. It's possible.
I don't think he could have touched Wilt, Joe.
Well, he wouldn't have had no Wilt numbers, but you know, a lot of people think he's the best center ever right now. But
the Diesel?
Yeah.
Over the Dream?
You know 10, dude. 10 got him on his Mount Rushmore. Ain't say nothing about the Dream.
No, we need to do a whole podcast on how nobody ever brings up Larry Joe Bird and that damn Dream, bro.
Right.
They might be the two most underrated hoopers ever. What you think? JoJo right there with you, Joe?
No, he gone. He was down. He just hollered.
What you think Larry Joe numbers are for his career? Points, rebounds, and assists.
What is he? What is he? I'm gonna say about 20.
He got hurt towards the end. Now he was bad towards the end.
24, 11, and 6.
24, 10, and 6.
Yeah.
That's him. Like nobody ever brings up. They be like he play nowadays. I'd be like, I don't know what the hell y'all thinking, boy.
Yeah. Larry Joe was tough.
Yeah.
Until next time.
All right, brother.
All right, Broham.
Yes, sir.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Phi Psi Basketball Fraternity Podcast, where hoopers connect, culture speaks, and real life gets talked about. Thanks for rocking with us. We appreciate the love, the support, and the brotherhood. If you felt this one, like, share, and put somebody else on. Until next time, stay locked in, stay real, and keep hooping on and off the court. Phi Psi, we out.